The following is a special presentation of the First Horizon Green Sports Zone. This is the Pizza Inn Brad Woolsey Show. Welcome back to First Horizon's Green Sports Zone, and welcome back to this week's edition of the Pizza Inn Brad Woolsey Show, where we cover everything on the hardwood with the Greeneville Green Devils basketball team. We'll recap the past two holiday classics in Kentucky and in Bristol at the Classic, and recap the Alcoa game, and we'll preview tonight's matchup with Dobyns-Bennett and look ahead in next week. But first, we need to go ahead and get a break in first. We'll be right back here on First Horizon's Green Sports Zone. The Pizza Inn Brad Woolsey Show is brought to you by Gateway Ford Nissan, Tommy's Plumbing, Pizza Inn, and by First Horizon Bank.
Here's a twist on your typical banking options. What if instead of choosing between a big bank or a small bank, you had one bank that's the best of both? That's First Horizon. Big bank muscle with small bank hustle. Big bank convenience and small bank connection. When the best of big meets the best of small, you get it all. To help you on the road to your horizon. First Horizon Bank.
Welcome back to First Horizon's Green Sports Zone, and welcome back to this week's edition of the Pizza Inn Brad Woolsey Show, where we cover everything on the court with the Greeneville Green Devils basketball team. As always, joined here with Green Devils head coach Brad Woolsey. Coach, how's it going?
Good. Good to see you, Tyler.
Good to see you. Before we get into all the games, I got to ask, how was the holiday season?
Oh, it's good. It's busy, but good. Always getting to spend time with family and eating good food. You can't beat that. So it was a great time, and you always hate when it's over, but thankful when it's finished as well.
And you really didn't have much of a break either, traveling to Louisville, Kentucky for the King of the Bluegrass, coming back for a few days, and then spending most of your week after that up in Bristol at the Classic. But let's take me through all of those games. We'll start with the King of the Bluegrass in Louisville. How was that trip up there in a very prestigious tournament?
Yeah, I mean, it was a phenomenal trip in terms of like just the tournament setup. When you walk in the gym, it's different than the Arby's. The gym's not as big, but it's the history of it is really deep. And so you walk in the gym and you see they've got all the winners over the last 40 years up on the wall, and it was a great experience. Great crowds there, great teams. Played Louisville Male, who after that tournament they were ranked the number one team in Kentucky.
Wow.
At that point, after that tournament, because they won it. But played a team out of Alabama, and they were really felt like we should have won that game. We're ahead in the fourth quarter, and then had some turnovers and stuff happen, and got beat. And then we played Butler, who was I think the number 9 team in Kentucky, and again, we didn't play terribly well that game, but felt like we should have been able to compete better with them. But like in terms of the people, in terms of the vibe of the King of the Bluegrass, it was really, really a great trip. And kids had a great time together. Thankfully, nobody got sick really on the trip. Everybody, I think, had something when they got back.
Oh, okay.
But otherwise, stayed pretty healthy while we were there.
The gym that you spoke about, is it another high school's gym, or is it one of those that they use specifically for the tournament?
No, it's a high school. It's
Okay.
at Fairdale High School.
Okay.
And Fairdale actually came to the Classic and played in the Classic, so we kind of saw them 2 straight weeks. But it's not a big gym. They've got 2 gyms side by side, and if you go to the losers bracket, you play in the other gym, which has got bleachers on one side and a stage on the other.
Okay.
But again, it's much more. It's not near as big as the Classic in terms of the facility. But when you go in there for the championship rounds, man, the place is packed. Just a really great vibe, really good basketball. Had a chance to learn some things, maybe pick up some things that maybe we can use in the rest of this year as well.
It's pretty cool. You said they have all the winners
Yeah.
up on the wall. That's pretty sick.
They do, and Mr. Gardner, Coach Gardner, he runs the tournament, and he's run it for I think 40 years. And but he told us the history of it, and he likes to tell us that the very first winner was what some people characterize as the best high school team in history. It's the one with Muggsy Bogues. I think there was an ESPN 30 for 30 or something like that on their team. But just when you look at who's won those things, it's a great who's who of Kentucky basketball, but in some other cases, like from other places as well.
That's incredible. And then going into the Classic after Christmas, you go up to Bristol in the Classic that you've been in for many, many, many years in a row now. You start out with Upperman, play one of the best players in the state in Ty Cobb, and then after that you pick up the first 2 wins of the season over University in Tennessee. So how was your trip through the Classic this year?
The Classic was another good experience for us. We love going to the Classic. We went there for a lot of years. I think it's the 43rd year, and I would probably imagine that we've been there 37 times or something like that. But it's obviously a great environment, and you get to play great teams. And we opened up with Upperman and knew that was going to be a tough game, but felt like we competed. And in the third quarter, I think it was a 4-point game, and then they hit a little run. And then we couldn't get it past 8 after that. I think it ended up at 12 or 14. But Ty Cobb had 48 on us, and that happens, and you're kind of like, dang man, what should we have done different in terms of stopping him? And then the next night they play, I think it was Bishop O'Connell, and he had 48 on them as well, and so that was. No, he had it on. It was on the New York team. He had 48 on the New York team, and then he had 36 on O'Connell the next night. And so the guy was on a heater, man. He was really good. But our kids played well and really competed, and stuck together. And then of course we got those 2 wins, which was it felt good. It's kind of funny. Our kids have just been so resilient, and you get the win, and we were celebrating in the locker room, but it's also kind of like, we're showing up and doing our job every day, and some nights we're going to win, some nights we're going to lose, but we have to be consistent in terms of who we are and our connection to each other. And I thought the kids did a great job of that, and beating Tennessee High at Tennessee High. I feel like that was a really good win. They were a team, I think we're 12-5 at the time, and it was good. And you look at the schedule that our kids have had to play has been so tough. It's probably the first or second toughest schedule in AAA this year, and probably top 10 maybe in just overall. And so they've really done a great job of just staying locked in, and practice is fun. I mean, practice is so fun with these kids. I mean, they get after it. They have a good time. They encourage each other, and so all that happening over the holidays made the holidays even sweeter.
And then looking at the Tennessee High win, it was a win where you had to come from behind. You faced, I think, I can't remember exactly, was it an 18-point deficit early in the first quarter?
Yeah, I think it was 14, 15, or 16.
Okay.
I can't remember exactly what it was, but we were just turning the ball over, weren't making shots, and then in the second quarter, we pressed a little bit and kind of got we were kind of on our heels. We kind of got them on their heels, and had Jordan just made shots and got us back in it, and then we're able to kind of push it out there to 9 at the end, and so it was a really good team win.
And looking at it too, we haven't seen you in district action yet, but that's a region, potentially a region game. I know you played them in the region semifinals the past 2 years, and last year was actually at that exact venue in Viking Hall. So we've yet to see you in district action yet, but it's cool to see that region matchup that you could potentially see again down the road in order to try to get back to the state tournament.
Definitely. I think it's a confidence builder for our kids, just to win against probably one of the top teams in the other district at their place. So definitely a confidence builder, and hopefully they'll keep building on that.
And then moving forward into the new year, you get Alcoa, first game of 2026 here in your own gym, and it's weird now because Alcoa is now in 3A. I think a lot of people, including myself, forget that. They've jumped up into 3A now, so that's another game that could potentially be, I think, a state tournament game, a state tournament caliber team, or I'm sorry, a state championship caliber team. So how good was it to see them and have that game act as a litmus test for how you stand with one of the top teams in your classification?
Yeah, I mean, Alcoa is a great program and had a lot of success the last few years. And again, they have moved up. You know, when they were in 2A, they were actually the biggest 2A. I think they were the biggest 2A, and Claiborne was the smallest 3A. And so they kind of flip-flopped along with maybe some others, but brought them into our division, and it was great just to play another good team, because I really believe you get better by playing good teams. And you know, again, I think we got down a little bit early, down by 7, I think, at the end of the first quarter, but fought back, made plays, and I think we were up 3, I think, with 3.5, 4 minutes left. And I think it was 55-52, and then after that point, like, we didn't get a bucket. We had some tough shots. We had some turnovers, didn't get some looks we want, but that's going to be something that we need to grow in, you know, in those late game situations where it's a 1 possession, 2 possession game. We got to be able to execute, but they'll learn and they'll get better. And but it was good to play with those guys and compete and be physical. They had a really big, they had a 6'6" kid that shoots it, just good inside, plays really hard. And I felt like our guys did a good job of just trying to slow him down, at least being physical with him. But yeah, they just, last 3 minutes were just too much for us.
And looking ahead now, you've got one tonight on the road at Dobbins Bennett, and then you've got one more next week that we'll talk about. But first, as always, we need to go ahead and get a word in from our sponsors first. So we'll talk about that pair of games right after this short break here on First Horizon's Green Sports Zone.
Here's a twist on your typical banking options. What if, instead of choosing between a big bank or a small bank, you had one bank that's the best of both? That's First Horizon. Big bank muscle with small bank hustle. Big bank convenience and small bank connection. When the best of big meets the best of small, you get it all. To help you on the road to your horizon. First Horizon Bank.
Pizza Inn presents I Ate at Pizza Inn. I ate pizza at Pizza Inn. I ate a salad at Pizza Inn.
I ate pizza!
I ate it all.
Hi, I'm Kyle, and I'm inviting you to come and enjoy Greeneville's favorite hometown pizza, pasta, salad, and dessert buffet for just $8 all day, Monday through Friday. And then you can say,
"We all ate at Pizza Inn."
Tommy's Plumbing has been in business for 30 years, and we're still growing because we treat our customers like family. We are proud to do any job from kitchen faucet installation to a complete home repipe. Tommy's Plumbing offers warranties on most products installed by our technicians. When the job is done, our friendly professionals make sure to clean up. We invite you to visit our new showroom in Jonesboro to see our quality products for yourself. Tommy's is the only one to call when you need a fast, reliable, professional plumber in the Tri-Cities.
At many dealerships, you get what you'd expect: games, gimmicks, and shady sales tactics. At Gateway Nissan in Greeneville, expect the unexpected: low prices, convenient service, and a great buying experience.
Get our Gateway exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty.
No worries for life.
You deserve the unexpected. It's the #1 reason you gotta get to Gateway.
Shop online at GatewayNissanGreeneville.com.
Or take the super short drive down Highway 11E to Gateway Nissan in Greeneville.
Welcome back to First Horizon's Green Sports Zone, and welcome back to this week's edition of the Pizza Inn Brad Woolsey Show, where we cover everything on the court inside of Hal Henry Gymnasium with the Greeneville Green Devils basketball team. As always, joined here with head coach Brad Woolsey. So you're not back in Hal Henry Gymnasium tonight. You're going up to the Van Hust Dome to play the Dobbins Bennett Indians, going up to play the Tribe. So what do you expect tonight whenever you land in Kingsport?
You know, one, it's going to be, you know, you're going to be greeted by great people. You know, you got Frankie DeBusk up there, who's the AD, and of course Chris Poore and Brandon Reed that have
a lot of familiar faces.
Greeneville connections, and so, you know, it's always great to see those guys. But in terms of what we're going to see on the court, we're going to see a team that plays really hard. They're deep. They might play 11 guys, and they get them in and out and play hard. Basically, all of them are skilled. Most of them shoot it. They do a great job of running some of their motion type offenses. So it'll be tough, a tough one. You know, they've played a tough schedule and have had some success, and so it'll be a tough one tonight.
And then coming back home, you will be at Hal Henry Gymnasium next week on Tuesday whenever you welcome Bearden in here. Bearden, Already seen them earlier this year in the first game, but haven't seen them with a full squad yet. So are you eager to get into that matchup knowing that you'll have a full squad on the court this time?
Yeah, I mean, that first one, it was we knew it was going to be tough going into it, and it was. But having a full squad will make a difference, and we're looking forward to competing against one of the best 4A teams in the state. And they'll come in here, they'll be physical, athletic. They're not overly big. They're about 6'5", 6'5", 6'3", 6'3", but not just dominating size. But they do what they do really well, and they guard really well. And so it'll be a tough challenge for us, but we're excited to have the opportunity to play them.
You've seen them more times than others also. Not only did you go down there and play in the opener, but you also seen them at the Classic.
Right.
And as of that week, I believe they were undefeated going into it, and I could be wrong. I think I checked Max Preps, and they had them ranked as the 4th best team in Class 4A. So you've talked about having one of the toughest schedules, and it's going to continue here with one of the best 4A teams in the state.
Yeah, it is. And you come back from Christmas, come out of the King of the Bluegrass, come out of the Classic.
3 tough games.
And then you go Alcoa, DB, and Bearden, and it's tough. But again, we think you get better by playing good people. It exposes you to things that otherwise you might not be exposed to. And as long as you can build off of it, they end up being really, really positive. Alcoa's, while their record's probably a little bit better than ours, they've also played a really tough schedule. I mean, their schedule has been a really, really tough schedule. And Coach and I were just talking before the game, just that, that we believe those playing these games pay off in the end. And so if we keep our heart and our heads in the right position and grow from them, we're gonna get better.
And looking ahead to next week's show, we won't talk about it, but I'm eager to see you get into district play now, because you've got Dobbins-Bennett and Bearden ahead. The next time we sit down post those 2 games, it'll be time for district action. I know Granger's at the end of next week, and then I think you follow that up with the other 2 teams in district with Volunteer and Cherokee, not necessarily in that order, but I'm eager to see you get into district play, because like you said, you've played one of the toughest schedules in the state of Tennessee, not only in 3A, but just statewide, and then it gets into the games that matter most. So I know you're not looking ahead too much. You've got these 2 behemoths in front of you, but how much are you looking forward to conference play?
Yeah, I mean, it'll be you just look forward to whatever's next and whatever competition you have, and those teams that you mentioned, especially Volunteer and Cherokee, have really improved since last year. They've added a couple of players that they didn't have last year, and they really make a huge difference for their team. And so I think Volunteer's probably 10-5 or something like that, and I think Cherokee may be 10 or 11-3. So winning records, winning programs, and so while it's conference and we have played a tough schedule, it's not going to be easier, because now they're playing for something, we're playing for something, and so it's who's going to show up, who's going to be disciplined, who's going to execute, and who will carry the fight to the end. And I hope that'll be us.
It's crazy looking at Cherokee's schedule. A huge chunk of their games this year are against Greene County teams. I think they'll end the season with 12 games against Greene County teams. You've got the home and away with Greeneville, a home and away with every other county team, and then in their own Big H Barbecue Christmas tournament, they ended up playing West Greene in the semis and North Greene in the championship. So it's insane that over a third of their schedule is going to be with Greene County teams, and luckily for them, a lot of those are coming to their gym because they hosted that tournament with the home and away. So Cherokee kind of gets included with the 5 teams within the county just because they're playing everybody so much. But I like the people up there at Cherokee, good people too. We'll cover them in a few weeks, but looking ahead, Dobbins-Bennett tonight. Probably won't see this in time before then, so hopefully you'll be at the game and you'll see this after the game. But Tuesday night, Greeneville will be here at home against, I'm drawing a blank, Bearden. So go ahead and go out to that game on Tuesday night. And when you finish up with that game, or if you want to go before, Pizza Inn. All-you-can-eat buffet, $8 Monday through Friday. Went there with Coach Watts and the girls yesterday. Good service, good people there too. Gave us the party room. Shout out to everybody there at Pizza Inn. But Coach, unless there's anything else you've got to add, I believe that's it.
I ate there last week. It's good stuff. Get your belly full, that's for sure.
It will. Pasta, salad, pizza, dessert pizza. What's your favorite one there? I don't know if I've asked you.
I mean, I think it's kind of a no-brainer when you go to Pizza Inn. What the best is, it's the least healthy, and that's the chocolate chip cookie dough.
That's
pizza.
what everybody likes.
When I when I was here in high school, you know, the Pizza Inn used to be where Cancun restaurant is, and that was a staple. You know, we got to go off campus for lunch during those days, and you know, going over there, taco pizza.
Yeah, that's one of mine.
You know, chocolate chip pizza. I mean, you can't beat it.
They've got about every one of them you can think of: taco, hamburger, baked potato. I think Coach Watts ate the buffalo pizza last night, and looking at the buffalo pizza, if we made the joke, if it's orange, watch out. If it's red, it might not be as hot, but if it's the color orange, then it's going to get a little more kick to it than you'd expect.
Yeah, that's true. And I don't know all the types there, but I just eat them. They just look good. And we just see what they're like, eat them, enjoy them, and then go back and get more.
Two things that'll kick your butt: if it's orange or if it has Louisiana in the name.
Right. Yeah.
People down there in Louisiana, they love the hot stuff.
You got to pay attention then.
Yeah, they got a different tongue than we do.
Yep, for sure.
But Coach, that's all I got for you.
Thank you.
Once again, appreciate you. Appreciate all of y'all for watching this week's edition of the Pizza Inn Brad Woolsey Show. Look forward to seeing you next time here on First Horizons Green Sports Zone.